Hello and welcome everyone to the Visionary Leaders Community Call. My name is Arin Fugate, and I'm one of the founding members of this beautiful collective. Welcome to Monday. We meet every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Zoom, and of course, we make the recording available to you quickly, and it goes to YouTube and all the podcast channels. Every week, we explore different health and wellness subjects as they relate to the Doterra products that we have. And we do that for about a half an hour, and then we usually switch into sharing Doterra, how you can earn free product and earn income. This week, we're going to kind of mix it all together. It's the first Monday of the month. So we're going to talk about the free promos this month, the new Refer a Friend program. We're going to talk about MetaPower and how to easily share it and how to easily earn an income. Before we do that, I'd like to introduce Ariana Harley. She is the organizer of the Oils A to Z call. If you don't jump on that, it's third Mondays at this time slot. It's a wonderful, beautiful call. She's been building such an archive for all our oils, and you can find more information about past calls on hellovisionary.life. She's going to lead us through a meditation and little education on Niaouli, which is the product of the month. So we all get it for free as long as you are doing your 125 loyalty rewards order before the 15th of the month. So Ariana, I am going to turn it over to you. Oh, sorry, I muted you for background noise. Just unmute and start all over.
Oh yeah, you guys couldn't hear me. I was just saying good morning, everyone. I was just really contemplating a tradition that many cultures have had. I know that there are some medicine people in South America who do this a lot, which is to develop a relationship with one plant for a month. I think that we can really especially as, I know we're doing this globally, but I'm an American and we have just so much stuff. We go to the supermarket and we have a 20 bazillion choices of what kind of cottage cheese we want or whatever, right? And so I would just love to invite you to take some time and space to center yourself. If you have Niaouli, not to be mixed up with neroli, very different plants, both lovely. Then grab it. We were saying at the beginning of the call, if you just joined us, another great oil if you don't have this one yet, because this isn't available for purchase. It's been only available to us through the free product of the month oil. So if you don't have this oil, grab DDR Prime. You can definitely smell the Niaouli in it, or you could grab eucalyptus or tea tree. And go ahead, and we're just going to take, like we always do, I got about 4 drops, so I must really need this. You're going to rub it into your palms. You're going to rub your hands together, and you're going to just simply take some really deep inhales. And I just want you to imagine that the world has stopped. It's like an expansion of time. You have enough time. There is an absolute free flow of all the time you need in the world, and take some deep inhales, exhaling at your own pace, and just see if you can notice, where does this plant want to go? How does it want to speak to you? What is it saying? If you had a friend who came over for tea and they just started a conversation, what internally does the plant say to you? Just listen. I know for me, it goes right to my lungs, reminds me to breathe, and it feels like it's clearing all the gook, all the like weird dreams that I had last night, gook, all of the mind chatter stuff, and it really gets me into being centered in this moment. Please type in the chat if you noticed anything, if you had a similar experience as me, or maybe you had a totally different one. This would also be a great oil to put on the bottoms of your feet today. This is really great medicine, and I would definitely use it if you were feeling under the weather for sure. I think it would be also lovely for seasonal threats. So if you are a person, I never have been that I know of, but here in Portland, I'm sneezing and I was working out in the garden for quite a few days, and I've been noticing I'm a little stuffy. So this feels really good. And I'm just going to take a moment, because this is an oil that many people are not familiar with, to read in our Essential Emotions book. It's this one. If you don't have it, I'm going to show a picture. If you're on the podcast, it's also just Essential Emotions. And I just want you to hear what they have to say about Niaouli. It's known as the oil of a perceived threat. Niaouli assists individuals when they are feeling threatened and self-protective. Individuals oftentimes react aggressively when others' opinions and choices offend their sense of order, justice, or right. This oil assists in recalibrating emotional responses when one has become irritated, irrational, or inflamed by the decision of others. It helps individuals recognize that perceived threats are manifestations of their own beliefs and biases, and that the ideological differences do not represent actual harm. It reminds individuals that they have the power to choose rational and kind responses in each situation they find themselves in. It's an excellent ally with working with the ego. It teaches us that challenges to an individual self-construct reveal the work they have yet to do. This oil cuts through the justification for their combative choices and preemptive strikes against others. It helps individuals resist the impulse to make others wrong. It reveals that true cause of defensiveness is a sense of powerlessness, and that can be addressed and healed. I think it's a gorgeous oil to use this week. We are, if you're into astrology, going into a eclipse, and that can bring up some pretty intense emotions, a full moon eclipse. So I love this medicine, and that it's so good if you are about to have a political talk, if you were about to have someone over who just has really different ideological beliefs. Oftentimes we want to defend and make one person right and the other person right, or a group of people right and wrong. And yet everybody got to where they are for a reason. Everyone has a perspective. So if you can get out of your small little perspective and get lifted up and zoomed up like a hawk's perspective, sometimes we can go, oh, I see it from your point of view. Now I understand. You don't have to agree always, but perhaps it doesn't have to be so combative. So thanks for taking some time with Niaouli with me. I'm really digging it. I'm going to put it on my feet, and we're going to jump into the rest of our call.
Thank you, Ari. That's great. I know people always want to know more about these limited time offers because they're not always available. And so we get them in these goodie offers for the oil of the month, and we love learning about them.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. I just forgot to say one other thing that I think is really important. Spring energy in traditional Chinese medicine can bring up all of those emotions I just spoke of, about being like irritated, annoyed. It's like that new growth feeling, and you're kind of like, oh, if it's out of balance, that's kind of an out of balance state. So this would be a great oil for spring energy. Now I will give it back to you.
It's so great physically for our lungs, for our airways. It helps clear the mind. It's great for wound healing. It's antiseptic. It's really good in skin formulas. There's so many uses. Carrie Tucker in the chat mentioned something. I'm not going to repeat what she wrote, but that's a yes. Carrie is the answer to your question. Okay. I want to continue on because we have a lot of juicy tidbits and promotions and offerings this month. So I want to go over them for everyone so people know what's available. So besides the Niaouli as the 125 TV order on and loyalty rewards by the 15th offer. There's also a 10% off oil every month, and it's Citronella this month. Now, it makes sense. I'm in Vermont right now, y'all, and I've already encountered 2 ticks. And I'm really happy that my mom has an account and she has Citronella here and some other oils, because I didn't bring mine. I knew it would be here because this is the time. This is the month. And so Doterra always does that for us. They bring out the things we need when we need them. Citronella is known in that way for helping with all kinds of bugs. I want to give you, and so I love the smell and it's wonderful. I supercharge my, sorry, little moment here. What's our formula for oil for bugs?
TerraShield?
Yes, thank you. I supercharge my TerraShield. I'll add extra Citronella in there. I have a really wonderful, very high level tip and protocol that I wanted to put out because it's not well known. And it comes from the top levels down, behind the scenes, more like doctor level protocol. And it's a juicy and a really good one. So write this down, everybody. How many people have heard of and are dealing with Candida? Candida is this underlying imbalance of your gut flora where there's too much of the wrong kinds of yeasts and other microbes that are in balance because of a lot of things, diet, sugar, toxins happening in our gut. And we love the doTERRA cleanse. We love working with GX Assist, but there's a pretty specific formula that's been very suggested as 100% effective against Candida. So I like it. When I hear that, I go, okay, that makes my ears perk up. So for 10 days, making your own gel cap. You have to invest a little because it involves rose, real rose. In a gel cap, you do 3 drops each, rose, citronella, and lemon eucalyptus, and fill the rest up with coconut oil. And you take that twice a day for 10 days. So there you go. There is a formula, and it is safe. It's not something, we're going to put out there for everybody. So I'm just sort of saying this. Sometimes I give out these tips that be a little wink, wink about them. Okay.
Dr. Josie, real quick.
Yeah.
Fractionated coconut oil is safe to ingest, or would
Yes.
we do, it is, okay.
Oh, it's totally safe. Yeah, I would use it for ease sake.
Because I would maybe do olive oil personally.
You could do olive oil, right? Whatever you have. Fractionated coconut oil is safe. It's not, if you're ingesting, it's always better to use non-fractionated just because you're getting the butyric acid and you're getting the benefits that they've taken out with to make it liquid, but it's fine. And you could, if you don't have rose, pure rose, then I would pop the top off of a rose touch, and I would put in 3 drops of citronella and 3 drops of lemon eucalyptus, and then fill the rest of the gel cap with your rose touch. And that is rose with the fractionated coconut oil. And you can use a little dropper top to do that. That makes that easy. And
I wanted to share with that too. Another thing that I really love, just speaking about the fractionated coconut oil, I really love to use our cooking oils internally in gel caps as well.
yes.
So if you wanted to get even more spicy and mix those 3 with like the Italian blend or the Mexican blend cooking oils, they have some really great gut cleansers in there too.
So I'll just say this. Yeah, Marilyn said, I did not know we could use citronella internally. So doTERRA has a lot of oils that they do not put out there with a label that specifically has the supplement facts that signals you that it's for internal use. It doesn't always mean that you can't use it. It means that they're not intending it that way for the general public, and that they're just staying more safe as a company. But yes, it is grass safe to use internally. So it's a little bit more of a pro tip.
And what they'll do is when they talk about it, Emily Wright will say, well, I personally take
Yes.
citronella and lemon eucalyptus internally, right? So it's like letting you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's move on. The other, y'all, we have a 200 promo this month. That means that when you spend 125 PV in your loyalty rewards order by the 15th, you're getting that free 15 mil Niaouli. And then if you keep going and you bump up to 200 PV personal volume of your order, you're going to get a free 15 mil Copaiba oil and a bottle of Copaiba gel caps. We could have this entire call only on Copaiba. It is literally, I use this oil every single day with everything. I use it in almost all my blends. I combine those gel caps with so many of the, whenever I'm using Adaptiv, I use a Copaiba with it. When I'm using a turmeric or a deep blue cap, I use a Copaiba with it. I use Copaiba in my neurological formula, in my brain formula, in my hormone formula. You start to get the idea. This is not something you don't want to have. So it potentiates, it makes, when you put it with the other oils, it makes those oils work stronger, better, and faster. It potentiates them. It's an incredible oil in many, many ways. So this is a month to do a bigger order and take advantage of these incredible offerings. And if people, want to, we can let people talk about those a little bit, see if there's stuff in the chat, and then I'm going to move on to the other release. We've been waiting for this, y'all. This is a mineral face moisturizer that is a sunscreen. We got the stick. It's, it's a little bit more intense. It's when you're, in the wintertime doing sports. This is an actual lightweight daily face moisturizer that has natural mineral sunscreen in it. I want to read, and this is released now. We can buy it. It is $35 wholesale. That is incredibly competitive to the other daily sunscreens out there. I can tell you the good ones that people are wearing as moisturizer daily, most of the ones I see are not natural. They are having some pretty intense chemicals in them. We know what happens when you put moisturizers on your skin. It's the same as eating it. You're absorbing it directly. This is the single biggest way that we are receiving our toxins is through our skincare. So when we look at this daily moisturizer that has sunscreen, I want to read the things about it. It is a face mineral sunscreen daily moisturizer. It is an SPF 28 broad spectrum protection. It's doing UVA and UVB, and it's working against, it's protecting against both of those and blue light. So UVA, UVB, and blue light. It is non-nano zinc oxide is the natural form. So it is not, the zinc oxide is not absorbing into our skin and our bloodstream. But they figured out a way to not make it white when you put it on. They're saying so it's nice and lightweight, and it is not making your face white, and it is this word is so hard for me, comedogenic. Basically, it doesn't promote acne. It's not building up. It's not feeling heavy like that. It's reef safe. It's vegan friendly, and it's dermatologically tested. It has no parabens, no phthalates, no oxybenzene, or no synthetic fragrances. So I believe the oils they have are CPTG oils. It is frankincense, helichrysum. I just looked at the list. What is it? It's frankincense, helichrysum. Let me look at it for a second. It's a really neat blend. Oh, it went out. Does anyone else have it up? What the blend of oils, essential oils in it are?
I can look.
I'll
for
get it.
Okay.
What other?
Also, it has, while you look for the oils, vitamin E, and antioxidant rich botanicals, Evodia, grapeseed oil. But they don't list on what I'm looking at the actual essential oils.
Yeah, it's right there when they list the Evodia and the grapeseed. They list the other oils, don't they?
I was just looking at a little like promo thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I didn't have the right.
I have frankincense, helichrysum, magnolia, lang lang, red mandarin,
Yum.
and evodia.
That's the nutrient rich antioxidant. So it sounds like it's probably really rich and yummy for the skin.
Yeah, so frankincense, helichrysum, magnolia, not magnolia. What is it? Lang lang and red mandarin.
Magnolia.
Yes, thank you.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really, really excited for this product. This is a big product for women. My nieces who are 19 and 24, they're already buying $35 fancy sunscreen moisturizers and spending that money on that. And those are not natural. And so I'm really excited for this. The new generation has learned that you need to wear this every single day, all the time for your skin. So this is an incredible product for us to bring into our line.
Before we move on to the next section, I think it is always great to revisit more about Copaiba. I have a personal story with Copaiba, and I think many of you have heard it, but in case there's people who haven't, I'll share. Would you also put your Copaiba stories in the chat in case there's an incredible one that I don't know about? So Copaiba came out when I was giving birth to my first child. So I wasn't at convention, but some very wonderful person brought my convention kit home to me, and it arrived when Emma was probably 4 or 5 days old. That was the year that we also got Rose and Rolly and Jasmine. And this was really lucky because I personally I like to say work with, because it just seems to be an ever unfolding process with anxiety and depression. And it's a part of my doTERRA story, how I got into these oils. They were life-changing for my mental health. But giving birth to my first child, postpartum anxiety hit me really hard. Crazy, crazy thoughts. And if you are a mom, you maybe know what I'm talking about, like waking up in the middle of the night and getting a mirror to see if my child was breathing because I was sure she was going to die. And somebody said, take Copaiba for anxiety. Now, there's an important lesson in this story. It's about dosage. I took the Copaiba, I put a few drops under my tongue. Nothing. I didn't notice any difference. I was like, what are you guys talking about? So then in a Facebook group, I heard someone say, oh, it's 3 drops under your tongue 3 times a day. And so I said, oh, I'll try that. 3 drops under my tongue 3 times a day. Within a couple of days, I noticed that there was a second voice in my head. So there's the first voice that's like, oh my God, your baby's going to die. All this like scary stuff. And then a second voice started coming in that said, you're okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I was like, that was the Copaiba. It's such an amazing oil. So if you have friends that struggle with mental health, they need some Copaiba in their life. And I personally have discovered that the oil sublingually, 3 drops 3 times a day, is the sweet spot for me. Different people have different experiences, but that's what it is for me. So just a little shout out. I'm sure you all already have Copaiba. You're already taking it. But this is a time to talk to your friends about getting it because it is so helpful. It's also the most gentle oil. You can use it straight on the skin. I used it for diaper rash. It's great for hemorrhoids. It's great for tooth pain. It's so versatile.
I just want to mention too with the Copaiba that many people use THC or CBD, or CBD is more what I'm speaking to, products for some support. And I personally don't do well with those, but Copaiba is a lovely oil to bring in for similar reasons that you would reach for those other products. So it affects our CB2 receptors throughout our body. And I use it a lot for my joint health and support as well. So I know that plant, for some people, they love it, but I know for me, CBD makes me still have more anxiety, which is not that productive. So I just have a better relationship with Copaiba. That tree is just like, yes.
Yeah, Ari, I have to
Yes.
second that, science wise, it's plugging into our receptors of the CB2 directly, whereas cannabis and CBD oil is indirect, means you need a lot more of that to get that action. You just need a little of the Copaiba. It's much stronger than CBD in terms of getting the effects that we want. Like, look at Arin, profound neurological mental health effects from 3 drops 3 times a day. Same thing, when you think about pain, when you think about sleep, when you think about anxiety, you think about boosting the immune system. And we see this incredible Doterra, their initial studies with it was that it was making the other essential oils 11 times more active. Some of them, when you're combining the Copaiba with an oil. So I always think of putting it in a blend. It's what we would call almost a driver. It'll potentiate the effect. It'll make it more, whatever's going on, it's going to enhance and make it work better.
Now, Elizabeth, you just had the same thought. So Elizabeth just mentioned, and I think this is really important too, because CBD is just so on the market and so well known now, right? But that CBD, she wrote, has trace amounts of THC or is not pure. And that is so important, right? So there's all these products on the market and it's like, oh, they're plant-based, but who knows what kind of chemicals they're using. They're doing a lot with CBD and THC products where they're like trying to make them stronger and using all of these weird ways to do so. And so I love what I'm getting at is I love that our Copaiba is pure. It is just the plant and it's clean, right? So we know that there's not any contaminants, which that isn't promised with other products. And we know that's so important.
And one last thing about Copaiba. Oh my gosh, don't we love this oil? I have to be so careful talking about it because I'll end up where people are just only wanting to purchase Copaiba. And I'm like, wait, there's so many other great things out there, but I just gush about it. So it's, it's grown in the Amazon. And let's remember that when we work with farmers, growers, harvesters, Copaiba is more like a harvesting situation because it's a resin from a tree. When we work with them, Doterra is paying fair wages and working on sustainability. So then that part of the rainforest is not as likely to be sold for other things. And I love that part of our use of oils and the way that Doterra does their co-impact sourcing versus, not to like get down on CBD too much. I did just give my dog some CBD this morning. There's a time and a place that I use CBD, but the CBD is being more monocropped.
Yeah.
So not as good for
anytime we can
environment.
provide jobs, especially in the Amazon, where it's helping to keep the local people and the next generation staying there because they have a way to make money and not leave and go to the cities and keep that forest how it is and having them a way to work with that. That is very worthwhile supporting. Yeah.
Yes.
And then one last thing, because Copaiba is so amazing that I must mention, is it is known for the oil of connecting to your past. And I have an experience where my cousin didn't know anything about it. I had recommended it for her for emotional well-being. And she called me up and she said, okay, this is going to sound really weird, but like, I swear that this is helping me to bring up and heal a lot of past traumas that have happened to me. And I was like, it was just when Copaiba was released and I had not done much research. I had just only been using it. I had no heady knowledge. I mean, I learned a little at convention, but it was very new to me. And I had been using it and having the exact same experience, and we were related. And she isn't, she's busy with her kids. And so like she had no context at all. And I was just like, wow. And she said it profoundly helped her to just process some old trauma that like would not go away. And I just also want to honor that this has been a medicine and an oil that has been used by Indigenous people for a very long time. And they have a very long history of knowing the amazing benefits of this tree. So I wanted to honor the people that came before us who have done so much learning about it.
Thank you.
Ari.
Thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that.
So let's, before we move
Contessa,
on, oh, go ahead.
just Contessa Beth had something great to say. CBD, from her understanding and experience, has to be processed so much to make it into the products we end up getting. It's great when we are on the journey toward plant medicine to experience CBD as a stepping stone and then find Copaiba. The processing that plants go through to get to us has impacts on us, and especially the sensitive plant users. Good point there. Adaptiv oil cannot be used internally, Carrie, but Elizabeth is talking about Adaptiv capsules. So Doterra often has a suite of products. So the Adaptiv suite are capsules, which are herbal, then Adaptiv oil, and Adaptiv roller. So she's talking about the capsules.
Before we move on, we have some great stuff we want to go over with sharing all of this, but I want to do a shout out to, there is a Father's Day promotion. It's not going to be, they're not going to shout out about it until like next week, maybe, or later on, but it's already in our, our in the catalog, and you can see it. And there was a lot of people who were upset that they missed out on the fabulous Mother's Day trio last month. They didn't get it in time before it sold out. And I was just looking at these. So it has to do with Midnight Forest, which is one of my favorite blends. And there are 2 Scooby Cool accessories. And I want both of them. And I know when I want them, most other people want them. I was just checking out. It comes with this diffuser that's a plug in the wall that's kind of like the bubble diffuser. So it's motion activated, but it just goes and it looks amazing. So check it out. It's in the special or the limited, those 2 categories, limited time or special oils in your shopping cart. We might not be able to buy them yet, but they're there. So be aware of that. Don't miss out on the good fun.
And I also,
It looks like you can buy it right now.
Oh, you can? I didn't. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm getting myself some. They look really good.
Oh yeah.
and there
Sorry,
is
Ariana.
something that you can't buy right now. Oh, that's okay. But I am so excited about this because some of us silver and above leaders if you're silver and above, you got a promo code to try the rose hydrosol and oil that is going to be released soon. It's coming. And you guys, I just have to say, we can talk about it more later, but it is
Amazing.
so yummy and phenomenal. The bottles are gorgeous. I just used it this morning. Everything about it makes me feel like a queen. I wake up, I'm just like, okay, I'm a queen with my rose stuff. So
it comes with a rose
when
and
it comes out, you got to
oil,
check it
which
out.
is also fantastic. So yeah.
Yay. Can't
All right.
wait for it. Okay, so May is going to be a great month, and we really want to have a bit of a culture shift on our team. And I'm going to go back with a little history so that we can go forward. History with doTERRA. When doTERRA first started, you did not have the option to be a wellness advocate or a wholesale customer. Everyone had to sign up as a wellness advocate, and everyone had to spend $100 a month on LRP. This made it difficult sometimes to help people understand why they would want to do that, but it also made growing your business easier because everybody was set up to earn commission. And as we know, when you start using these products, you can't shut up about it. So you share. It was very simple for people to share and then earn an income. doTERRA changed it for various reasons. And now you have to choose. Am I a wellness advocate? Am I a wholesale customer? And you don't have to do $100 a month. So if you become a wholesale customer and maybe you don't set up your LRP and you start sharing, there's different things that can happen. One thing that can happen is you might start selling people your own product, which is fine, but you're missing out on commissions. You're missing out on all kinds of perks. The other thing that might happen is you might not even know that you can share because the person who enrolled you didn't really talk to you about it. And so you talk to your friends and family and they go buy from someone else, or worse, what's the worst? They buy from Amazon, which may not even be pure products, right? If you are a very engaged leader and your follow-up is on point, you maybe catch this and you talk to them about upgrading to a wellness advocate and getting them set up on LRP, and then possibly they start sharing. But then there's this difference, right? There's some of us, and you can raise your hand if you're this person, where you love doTERRA, you love being a leader, you love going to convention, you love learning about the comp plan, you love structuring. Maybe you have your 250 power of 3 or 1500 power of 3. Maybe you've gone to silver or gold or platinum, and you're into that. You want to build generational wealth. You want to make an impact. You want to be involved as much as you can in this community. But there's some other people out there who maybe have a really busy life and they don't want to learn about the comp plan and they don't want to go to convention, but they want to share and they want to earn some free product or earn some commissions. So we are changing the culture now because doTERRA now has, today's the first day of it, the Refer a Friend program, which means it is very simple for our customers, our wholesale customers, to share a personalized link and earn when somebody buys from that personalized link. They don't have to worry about building a downline. They don't have to enroll people in the business. They just have to share their link. And I want to tell you a little story about how this works. It's going to be with a different network marketing company, but I want to share with you how easy it is. So I have a friend, she's a social media manager, and in her stories, she has been sharing this pink drink that she drinks. I think she calls it Happy Juice, in this cute glass that she has with smiley faces on it. And it helps her gut and it helps her with health stuff. You know, we know the story. And she just shares about her journey every day, a couple times a day, and she shares her referral link. And she was telling me the other day that just casually doing this, no big deal, she has earned a significant amount of affiliate commissions. And I think it is so smart of that network marketing company to make it so easy for her to do this. So we need to work a little bit to remind ourselves that it's easy. It is so easy to share your love of your doTERRA experience on social media. And it is so easy to share your referral link. And we need to teach our customers that. So we have to change the norm, where maybe before we were like, okay, there's wellness advocate, there's customer, and I don't talk to customers about sharing because I don't want to bother them, or I don't want them to feel like they have to build a team. We need to change it to now every single person we enroll is going to want to share, right? Do we all believe that? Of course. They're going to get their Copaiba or their MetaPower or their lavender or their lifelong vitality pack, and they're going to have these great results. And as humans, we naturally want to share. And some people are feeling a financial struggle these days. So they're going to want to get their product for free. They're going to want to get commissions. So we want to become, first, own it inside of ourselves that everybody shares, and then teach that to our customers. Linda asks, is she only sharing the purchase link privately to someone who asks? No, she's putting it in her stories, her Instagram stories. She's just putting it in the link. You can add a link to your Instagram stories, but you could do it that way too. You could do it if someone asks. I'm going to go over how we would do it. So we have these things called SIZZLE videos. Please raise your hand if you have checked them out. If you've used them, you can say some things in the comments. I'm going to show you where they are. We have a SIZZLE video about MetaPower. We have a SIZZLE video about Lifelong Vitality Pack. We have a SIZZLE video about essential oil lifestyle, and we have a SIZZLE video about the business and becoming a leader. I'm going to show you where all of those are, and I don't think we're going to have time today. We wanted to watch the MetaPower SIZZLE video with you, but we talked about so much good stuff. That's okay. You guys can go, you ladies can go watch it afterwards. I more want to talk to you about the flow and the process you go through to not only use these for yourself to build your business, but to teach your customers and the rest of your team how to use them. So I like to call this attraction marketing or curiosity marketing. It's also being called social selling. And of course, a lot of this translates to in-person if you're not necessarily on social media. But if you're on social media, you're going to want to share stories of your transformation, either on your Facebook personal wall. You could make a video on TikTok. You could put a video in your stories. Here's one key to this. People purchase from those that they like, know, and trust. So everything you can do to build like, know, and trust factor is going to improve your odds of somebody wanting to know what you're talking about. And the best way on social media to build like, know, and trust is to show your face. So face to camera is what we call it. Video is going to be the best. Selfie is going to be second best. So I know this can be scary. I get it. I know sometimes we're like, but my hair's not done. My makeup's not on. Oh, I don't have the right lighting. We are also in a phase of social media of the anti-influencer, which means people want to see the real you. They want to see you when you wake up in the morning and you're having a cup of coffee. They want to see you just like you would show yourself to your best friend. So when you show up on social media in video or in a picture, think about, how would I show up if my best friend was sitting with me, and show up like that. Try not to get yourself perfectionized. People can actually feel the inauthenticity when you're in performative mode. Just show up as you and share your story. So then from there, this isn't about you showing up and being like this. Oh my gosh, I have tea tree, and tea tree is so good for cuts and wounds. This is how I use tea tree. There's a time and a place to show up like that, but that's not in this phase. In this phase of building curiosity and this attraction marketing, you actually want to show up kind of without the product. And you want to show up more like this. You want to speak as though you're talking to your best friend. So this is what I would do. I would be like, Josie, you are not going to believe what just happened. I cannot even believe this. So I live on 5 acres and we have ticks. It's so bad. Last year, my dog would come inside and I would pick 20 ticks off of her. And this year, I made up this little spray concoction and I sprayed it on her every other day. And I have not had to pick 1 tick off of her. It's so crazy. So that would be my post, or that would be my video. I didn't say anything about essential oils. I didn't say anything about Doterra. And I spoke as though I was speaking to my best friend. Now you all would speak differently, right? Josie would say something different. Dr. Mika would say something different. Now what's going to happen if you consistently post stories like that and you do videos like that, and you're telling these stories, but with that curiosity, like leaving a little bit out, people are going to start messaging you. And they're going to be, Josie, what did you use? What was that? Okay, so MetaPower, right? Here's an example of MetaPower. I would go on video or I would post a picture and I would go, Ariana, you know how much I've struggled with chronic pain. Like my feet hurt, my back hurt, my neck hurt. It's been horrible for my life. I can barely even go on a walk. I'm often like canceling plans with you. I can't believe it. You're not going to believe it. But I just went on a 2-mile hike with my dogs and I am not in pain. Okay, that's my post, right? That's like I'm talking to a friend. I didn't talk about the product. I didn't talk about what I did. It's this curiosity building. Then if someone asks, I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's this amazing new supplement I started. I have a short 11-minute video that I can share with you. If I share it with you, will you watch it? And most likely they're going to be like, yeah, I'll watch it. I have chronic pain too. I want to know what it is. That's when I share the SIZZLE video, right? And then they watch the SIZZLE video. I come back to them a couple days later, maybe 24 hours, and I go, I really want to know what you thought. What do you think of the video? And then they're going to tell me. And this will either lead to me adding them to our Facebook group where they can see more testimonies, or this will lead to me sending my referral link. Patricia, where's the video? Patricia just gave us a great example. Did you guys see how that happened? I'm telling you this story. I'm getting you all excited. I'm sharing experiences. And Patricia's like, where's the video? I want to watch that video. Okay, that's exactly how it works. Attraction marketing, building curiosity, magnetizing people to you. So they are like, I want what Florence has. She's been telling me these stories lately. I've been watching her on social media and she is looking so vibrant. She has so much energy. She is just living her best life. What is Florence on? I want it. Okay, I'll show you all the video, right? I just want to connect the piece though. You send them the video, you follow up with them. They want some. That's when you send your referral link. And Contessa Beth taught me something so amazing the other day. Wellness advocates can use that refer a friend link too. We don't get the same rewards that wholesale customers get, but the link still works. It still connects people to us. It still is a referral link. So you can do a custom, if you're a wellness advocate, you can do a custom link and make them actually a shopping cart with the MetaPower or whatever they want to buy in it. Or you could do that, refer a friend. So let's look at where you can find these videos. We have a complete page on hellovisionary.life that is all ready for you. And it is called the MetaPower page. Just make sure everybody can see this. So up at the top here, you'll see MetaPower. And if you click on MetaPower, it's going to bring you to this page. This is designed for you to use and send to a potential customer. The first video is about MetaPower. So this is the video that you would send them if they're interested in MetaPower. And you see there's a share button up there. You can actually just get a direct video to the YouTube channel, or you can send them this page and say, scroll down to the first video, whatever you prefer. Then ready to purchase your MetaPower kit, reach out to the person who shared.
Question for some of us. So can you copy that link right here, or do you have to then copy that and go over and copy it from the top URL? Can you take us through that, the exact way someone would share directly the link?
Sure. Okay, so you're going to have multiple options, right? Mm-hmm. You could share them. This page on Hello Visionary is one option.
Okay, that
copying.
URL.
So
or
you could copy
a direct
that.
link, a direct link of the.
A direct link would be to click share. And this share thing will come up. Click more. And it'll open up the actual video. And you go up. Let's pause that. You can either go up here and copy it from the URL, or you can click the share button. And that's a really easy copy. It's just a one click.
Nice. Great.
Now you're all on this call with me right now. So I'm going to put that video link in the chat, and I would recommend that you grab it and you put it in your notes. So you have it in your notes.
Love it.
Very easy. So I send out probably 20 messages a day with video links. I don't want to have to navigate to YouTube every single time. I just have it in my notes. I can go, I can grab it. Super easy. Yep, and Katessa Beth points out, when we use the referral link as Wellness Advocate, it teaches our future customers how easily they can share the same link with their number. Memorize this link, and Katessa Beth put it in there. Okay, I want to show you the other videos real quick, because that's Meta Power, but you know, the foundation of Doterra and the foundation of health on our team, it's lifelong vitality path. We would all be very smart to do a heavy focus on sharing our stories with lifelong vitality path and starting there with people. If you start someone off on the lifelong vitality path, you have a lifelong customer. I have people who've been on the lifelong vitality pack for 8-10 years. They're never going to miss that. Lifelong vitality pack with some Meta Power, a couple other things, that's over 100 PV. So that builds right into your Power of 3 bonus. So here's an example of what you would do on social media for the lifelong vitality pack. I would make a post or a video, right? I'd show my face. I would just take a video of myself talking, and I would tell this incredible story. When I stopped using drugs, my body blew up with inflammation. It was crazy. I went up multiple clothing sizes. My feet were super swollen all the time. And I found this amazing supplement. I started taking it, and within a couple of weeks, I went down a shoe size. It was mind-blowing. And now it's been almost 14 years, and I've been on that supplement every day of my life. I could not imagine not being on it. Now, I could have a call to action that's like, if you want to learn about the supplement I'm using, just put supplement in the comments and I'll send you a video. You don't have to do that call to action, just sharing those stories. As long as you're doing it over and over in different stories, people are going to reach out to you. So then when people reach out to me, I'm going to say, oh, it's an amazing supplement. You're definitely going to want to check it out. I have a short video. If I shared the video with you, would you watch it? And they're going to be like, yeah. So then here's that video. We're going to scroll down, and we've got the Lifelong Vitality Pack right here. It's another really short video. Let's see, how long is it? Yep, 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Part of why we are using these, oh, sorry, hold on. Part of why we're using these SIZZLE videos is people's attention spans have plummeted. Okay, on social media, that you have 3 seconds to get their attention. People are no longer as willing to watch or come to an hour or 2 hour long presentation. Some people are, some people love that, but we got to kind of speak to the majority out there, especially at the phase that Doterra is in. We are all early adopters. We're all people that get it. We're into natural wellness. We are invested. We're trying to reach people who haven't quite learned about it yet. And so these short videos are so great for them. Now, same thing, they watch the video, you follow up with them. What did you think? They're like, it's great, I want it. And with Lifelong Vitality Pack, we can give them a 30-day money back guarantee. I think that's even in the video. So they could at least try it, right? And this is a chance for you to upsell, talk to them about the Healthy Habits Kit, why they might want some of the other products. Once you're engaged in conversation with them, add them to our Facebook group so that they can be getting more like dripped content on them. And then lastly, you might be talking about essential oils. We have an essential oil video, right? So maybe your story is about how essential oils changed your life. What's been happening in your life since you brought aromatherapy in? These videos have the ability to make this business so easy, and to make it so easy for your customers to share and get commissions. And so we just really wanted to bring it back to your attention and help everybody use it, and to know that we've got MetaPower, Lifelong Vitality Path, and essential oils as a SIZZLE video. So in these last few minutes, I'd love to open it up for questions or anything that I've left out that anybody wants to share.
I'd like to read what Carrie has written over here. Carrie, this would be something you could put out in any way, social media, whatever, right? It would be her own way of doing it. She says here, I used to think I can't afford LLV. Now I won't be without it. I often remind my elder family member with chronic lung disease that he can't spend his money when he's dead. He's convinced now that it's worth the cost. That could be it. That's the post. And then you could have a video down below and say, if you want to know more, watch this video and direct message me.
Yes, but I'm going to give some feedback to what you're saying. So here's the thing. People have become hypersensitive to being sold to. We're being sold to all day long on Meta platforms and TikTok and all the places, right? So that's why what I would recommend is share that story, Carrie, but don't say Lifelong Vitality Pack. Say this amazing supplement. I found this amazing supplement. Don't post the video in your post. Let it be attraction. Let it be curiosity. Let people reach out to you. You can say something like, if anybody wants to know about this, send me a message. But we have to be really creative these days and share in a way that is so authentic and so real, and not have anything that is too brand obvious or too salesy, because people just are super sensitive to that these days. But when you're really authentic in your story and you're just talking like you do to a best friend, like, oh my gosh, I found the most amazing supplements. I used to think I couldn't afford supplements, and now I would never be without these. This is what they've done for me, ... And then we let people, Carrie says selling gives me hives. Yeah. We let people ask us. We let people be curious. Now, here's the key. You can't post once every 7 days and think it's going to do anything. You got to post every day and over and over and over again. And there's posting on your profile versus posting in your stories. In your stories, you can be a little more salesy, because once people are watching your stories, they've already kind of agreed to connect with you more. On your profile, you want to be more about lifestyle, more about the stories of what's happening for you in your life.
Elizabeth is asking, what about having our Doterra shop in our profile?
You can choose to do that or not do that. I've chosen not to. My philosophy is I'm building a personal brand, and it's not about Doterra, it's about me. And I know that most sales go down in the DMs, and that's how I do it. Now I can think of examples where it's the opposite. There's leaders in Doterra, people who are doing really great, where they are very forward Doterra facing, and they've got their website and their profile, and their posts are all about Doterra. So I don't think there's one way that's right or wrong. I just, for my personal philosophy and the way that I want to build, I'm focused more on a personal brand, and I want the curiosity to come to me in my private messages.
And then I will just say that it has worked for me to say that I work with Doterra. I've got people who have reached out to me who've known about Doterra and were looking for a rep that I have connected with. So, you know, it's definitely, I think, just a different mindset of just how you're going to market yourself, you know, and how you want to come across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandra wants to point out, and I think that's a great tip, that having these links saved in our phone notes, it can be really helpful when we're out and about and you have it right there. You know, whatever makes sense in your brain, how you would save it in your phone somewhere in notes or something. And I want to point out that the link that Contessa shared, it's not, you have to read the link. So it's not exactly that link. It's the link. So it's the, you know, the HTTPS, all of that stuff. And then it's referral.doterra.me / okay. And then it's whatever your Doterra ID number is. So the is not in there. I think that's a mistake, Arin. So it's .me / and my number is 118550. So it would be .me / 118550. That would be my link number.
I just tested it out with mine.
Yeah. Does it have a the in it?
No, the.
Yeah, there's no the, and it's just / your ID number. So I just want to be clear about that.
Yeah, that's great. So Sandra, wanting a demonstration or explanation. So the way that they get it, I would actually send it to your customer. I would build it into your onboarding process. So it would look something like this. You know, we're in our membership overview, or if you're like me, we're texting. I'm a busy mom. I rarely get on Zoom or do in-person meetings. So I'm texting and I would be like, Sandra, I'm so excited for you to get your lifelong vitality pack. Here's how you're going to use it. Here's a few tips. And by the way, you are probably going to have incredible results. And I bet you will want to share with friends and you're going to want to earn from Doterra. So here is your referral link. Save it in the notes. And I would actually type out the referral link. So Sandra, tell me what, I don't know what your idea is, but I could put it in there and send it to you. And I even will, what's that?
I actually thought it was way more complicated than this. And I'm getting ready to contact every single one of my customers to let them know about this. And I just want to be clear, they are not earning any commission. They are earning free product credits, correct?
Right, right. Yeah, for refer a friend, it is just free product credits, right? You get Doterra dollars is what they're calling it.
They call them Doterra dollars. So it's different than points. They're not getting points. They're literally getting Doterra dollars. They're getting money that sits there in that they can only use within Doterra. So they're using to then buy, but they can use it for like taxes and shipping costs. So it's not points. It's like Doterra money that they get to use in their for their order.
Yeah, but it's a great conversation starter because you can say, so right now you have the availability to earn Doterra dollars, but with a very simple click of the button, and you're already on 100 PV loyalty rewards because you get the LLV and MetaPower, you could be earning cash. Would you like to learn about that? So I always use it as this opportunity to show them what's next and what's possible.
And then just to clarify, like Patty, so if you are earning commissions, it works great. So you have, this is going to be more for someone who's not earning commissions, who wants to share the product and get free product back, which is a wonderful link. If you're earning commissions right now, it's so easy to have anybody who's interested in product, just have them open a free account. right now we know that they'll get a free diffuser if they spend 150, but they don't have to. And then they have a free account membership. So that's more how you would want to go if you're earning commissions, just to clarify.
Yes. Okay, we're at 11 o'clock. This is so great to talk about all this stuff. We'll
Why
keep
don't we
this-
continue this? Well, we have A to Z next week. And then the week after that, we will continue this conversation in the second half of the hour.
Yes. So if those of you that like assignments, this is the assignment I'm giving you. In your notes, you're going to make sure that you have the link to the SIZZLE videos and any personalized scripting that you want to always remember. Anything that you're going to want to easily copy and paste as you're sharing with people. Have that in your notes and have it ready. And then you're going to practice sharing some of your stories on social media. If you're not ready to do a video, which I understand that takes practice and can be scary, just have a selfie and start sharing some simple stories. If you're not doing it on social media, that's fine. Go out and about, hang out with friends, set up tea dates, and share some of your stories there. If you've already got a downline and you already have customers, what Sandra's doing is kind of a 2.0 assignment, and that is to start contacting your customers and letting them know how the Refer a Friend program works and sending them their personalized referral link. And then together we can all change the culture of our team and of Doterra, where all customers, everybody shares and earns and benefits. Thank you everyone for being with us today and all the great information shared. And we'll be back with A to Z next week. Ariana, what's the oil that we're doing next week? Wait, it's not next week, following week.
Oh, am I wrong? I'm wrong.
Yep.
Yep. We're the third week.
Okay, so A to Z is the third week. Next week, we can continue this conversation. I
Yeah,
want to continue.
so
There's a lot of
next
juice. We can
week,
go in more
actually,
sizzles.
Josie,
Next week
Josie, stop.
is
Next week
Yeah.
is Sandra Freeman.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yes, we have schedule.
So next week, Sandra Freeman is going to be doing a deep dive into the pineal gland with us. And I'm so excited for that talk. So we're really going to learn from her about all the ways oils and our intention can work on our pineal gland.
And then A to Z is on the 15th of May, and we will be talking about marjoram.
Ooh. All right, the week
Marjoram is
after
a good
that.
one. If you don't have it, get it. You'll want it.
Okay, everybody, have a great week. Talk to you soon. Happy May.